All right, first up, we all know how talented Rick Allen is, the thunder god of Def Leppard. But what you may not know, he's also extraordinarily talented artist.
Oh my gosh, and our producer Julie Pyle caught up with the legendary drummer to experience his artwork, and it's this week's Rock Block.
So let's take a look.
Cool.
Let's start with, I think up here you said you had, it was your first piece, correct?
This was the first in the Legend series, and this is actually my a bandmate of mine who sadly is not with us anymore. But this was the first piece in the Legend series, and using this technique, where I'll take a photograph, and then I'll sketch the photograph on the canvas, create a grayscale, so blacks, grays, whites, and then after the fact, what I'll do is I'll choose what the grayscale needs to be, if it needs to be a skin tone, or if the white needs to blend with the skin tone a little more. And the cool thing about this technique is you look at the piece closely, and it doesn't really make that much sense. It's like geometric shapes. But then as you back off the piece, you start to realize, or what happens is your mind fills in all the blanks, which is brilliant. And then as I was doing this piece, I took a photograph of it, sent it to my mum, and she keeps in touch with Steve's mother. Mm-hmm. And I guess she shared the image with Beryl, with Steve's mum, and she had a few tears. So it was the biggest compliment because, obviously I captured the essence, mm-hmm. And then I went on to do Janis Joplin, Lennon, Bowie. More recently I did Freddie Mercury, Tom Petty. So I'm just sort of going through all these incredible artists that me and most of my bandmates were influenced by over the years. Mm-hmm.
So when did you start painting?
When I was very young, and I just loved the whole idea. No formal training, nothing like that. But it really ignited a passion in me. And then I discovered music. And then after my youngest daughter was born, we started painting together, and that kind of reignited my passion for painting again.
So when did you start doing shows?
I actually probably about eight or 9 years ago. That was with a different gallery at the time, but now I'm with Wentworth Gallery.
Well, the organization can be better. I mean, we're talking, this is in correlation with your residency here in Las Vegas.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know, which it couldn't be better. There's tons of Def Leppard fans walking around, and I'm sure a lot of them have never really experienced this side of me. So it's nice to be able to. It's nice to be able to share that.
Let's take a look at some of your work.
Okay, cool.
So this, I think I overheard you saying that this was your first apartment?
It was. That was my first apartment. The weather in England is not always great at times. Sometimes it would be really cold, or it rains a lot over there. So there are things that I can't even begin to explain that happened inside a telephone box similar to that particular one.
Okay, tell me about this one.
This, for those of us that can remember, really, when Def Leppard started getting really popular, there was a show called MTV. Yeah, and they actually, I know exactly. I didn't necessarily want to spoon feed, the whole notion of, MTV, but there must be a fair few people out there that can actually remember when they played videos and music.
I remember one of them.
Yeah.
Then you said that you started painting with your daughter too, but I assume she was the inspiration for a lot of your work.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is her at about, I think, 3 or 4 years old. And she was really instrumental. I'd see her paint, and I recognized the place that she goes, that sort of, that just being completely in the moment. She'd just be in a fantasy, painting. and I recognized that that's the same place I go when I play music. And I was like, okay, I want to paint like that. And now I'm starting to remember why I loved painting so much when I was a kid. So yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Is she musical at all?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she plays a little bit piano, always singing songs, but she thinks everybody plays drums and sings and, you know, paints and dances.
That's a beautiful world to live in.
Oh,
isn't
it really is. No, she'll come out on the road, you know, she'll sit there for sound check, just checking out the guys, you know, big pair of ear protectors on, and yeah, she's a huge blessing.
All right, thank you, Julie. What a beautiful inspiration that was. Oh my gosh. Rick's artwork will be available on display and available for sale, actually, at the Zappos Theater store during Def Leppard's residency at Planet Hollywood. And hey, you know, there are only 8 shows remaining for that awesome show, by the way, through September 7th. You may also view Rick's artwork at the WentworthGallery.com.